Welcome to Great Surfing Characters, Episode 2. I recently interviewed Patrick Reno. Here's the interview. Patrick Renaud, Ratty, welcome to Surfing Stuff's new series called Great Surfing Characters. I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to connect with us here. And welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Carl. Stoked to be on here. Good to see you. Yeah, for sure. Let's roll with it, man. Looking forward to it.
Hey, listen, Pat, first stop, I think the bloke we need to just bring up in conversation, maybe give some, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll share my thoughts and then the public can have a laugh at us both. But Kelly Slater bowing out of full-time competitive surfing at Margaret River. What's your thoughts? Love to hear your thoughts on that.
I think it's not over yet, to be honest. I believe today he's been given 2 wild cards.
Fantastic.
One for Fiji, one for Tahiti. So he's going to be back doing those comps for sure. And the WSL have a rule. So any ex-world champion, their wildcard points will go towards their Challenger Series. So I believe that he's also going to be surfing in the first Challenger Series on the Gold Coast. And if he does well in the other 2 comps and he gets a couple of good results on the Challenger Series, if he does compete, he's back on the tour again, all by himself. So,
hey, bro, and the plot thickens.
That's why he hasn't, since that interview, he hasn't said very much. He's been pretty quiet. But yeah, he's got 2 wild cards. Those points are taken because he's an ex-world champ, and he's been registered into the first Challenger Series on the Goldie. So let's wait and see.
Wow.
Let's wait and see.
Okay.
Bit of a surprise.
Yes, yeah. Since we last spoke the other day, Pat, that is a new development that I wasn't aware of. So that's fantastic. However, Pat, I must say this: his win at Pipeline in whenever it was, beginning of last year, was it? I thought that would have been the glory day, just to bow out and say thank you very much, yes. But obviously Kelly's thinking and my thinking are completely different, bro.
Yeah, it would have been, to end off on a high winning pipe, wow, that would have been a huge, achievement for him it was, and a good, time to step off tour if he was going to do that. It kind of makes sense, but, he's been competing for so long, and I think it's going to be even harder for him just to give it all up, won 11 world titles, so... Yeah, I think he's still got a bit more to give, but yeah, he's got a lot of other stuff happening as well. He's got the wave pool stuff, and he's got a new lighty on the way. So let's watch this space. But yeah, exciting times. But yeah, I think after winning the pipe would have been a really good time to step out. If that be.
Yeah, I've got maybe I'll get shouted at for saying this, but. Being a dad of 3 kids, my bro, ask him when he's youngsters, his wife, girlfriend, wife, I'm not sure the status, but I believe she's pregnant and they're expecting. Hey, when that lighting pops out, bro, she's gonna wind it in, bro. He ain't gonna be surfing no contest, bro.
Yeah, fatherhood, bro. It'll be interesting to watch that one for sure.
Oh, I can't bubba. Age. Oh. Hey.
Oh.
Well, good luck, Kelly Slater. Good luck.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, for sure.
Right, Ratty, let's get into what I want to talk to you about. Pat, I've got a couple of questions in the limited time we've got that I'd like to get through. First stop is there are folks watching this now that know your history, where you're from, where you grew up surfing, and etc., etc. But there's a lot of folks that don't. Pat, for the folks that don't know this great surfing character, Pat Reno, where did you grow up surfing? What was the beach? who was your icon? Who did you look up to as a young surfer? And whose boards were you riding in those days?
Cool. Yeah, so I'm Schlanger Rocks boy.
Okay.
Through and through. So I grew up surfing north coast of Durban. I'm Schlanger Rocks, Bronze Beach, then going up to Tongaat, Westbrook, Belito, that sort of coastline. Occasionally we used to go across into Durbs and surf the New Pier or the Bay or the Wedge and things like that. But yeah, no, very good close community there in Umhlanga Rocks. Yeah, but we have some really good waves and everyone used to hang out on the bank.
Okay.
But yeah, surfboard wise, I surfed for quite a few brands. Sean Thompson back in the day when I was a Grom, then with Country Rhythm.
Okay.
And with the Peter Lawsons, Lawson Bros, Renault Brothers, Mark Burness, Barry van der Meulen, and a couple of us guys were surfing with them.
Okay.
I also surfed with Errol Hickman. Like Errol Hickman, he shaped some amazing boards.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, when I was, I got sponsored through Mark Burness, Burn, when that brand was published. Who else? Peter Lawson boards. I rode the Hooded boards for quite some time.
Okay.
Had some good sticks there.
Did you ever ride the late Peter Daniels? Did he ever shape your boards?
Yeah. PD. I think some of my last boards were with PD, or when I was competing. So yeah, I've ridden pretty much all of them and a couple of Lonnie Buns, but you know, I'd say that the main ones that I've stuck to were Errol, Lawson, and Peter Daniels. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Brew, you speak of Peter Daniels. Hey, Pete Daniels made me, when I was a kneeboard surfer, he made me some great kneeboards. But more importantly, moving on from the kneeboard scene, I later stood up and surfed longboards. That Peter Daniels, he had China, that had a double ability to make supersonic longboards. Brew, hey, I had some kiffs from that, okay?
Yeah, I've seen some of your images, man. Yeah, I mean, you're flying on those things. Petey was such an excellent shaper, all-around legend as well. You know, you used to go to the factory up there on a Friday afternoon and sink a couple of beers and hang out with all the team riders. And, yeah it used to be such good fun, eh? It was awesome. Great days.
Yeah. Yes, man.
What else was there you asked me?
Who are your influences? When you were a young surfer, let's just narrow it right down. Who was the oak that you looked up to and you wanted to be that you wanted to be that oak? Who was that for you?
I feel like one of the main influences, I guess, it's got to be for me like Sean Thompson back in the day. You know, he was well up there, an icon for surfing and stuff. So yeah, I mean, but there were so many good surfers in Durban and within South Africa. You know, you've got Mark Burness and Pierre Tosti, Craig Sims, the Lawson Bros, the Renault Bros. You know, it's just the depth is just crazy, really. But yeah, when all the internationals and the Gunston was on and all the big comps, you know, we always used to go as Groms and watch them. And you know, Sean was always right up there with everyone. Okay. And I used to be in the team as well with them. Surf and Style in Durban. You know, we used to go sometimes in the weekends and hang out with Sean and his father and with the Lawson Bros, and we used to have breakfast there and stuff. And yeah, it was a really good day. So yeah, I would say probably him.
Okay. Wow. Yes. You know, Pat, you mentioned
I got to surf against him as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the J-Bay Billabong Pro.
Wow.
I must have been like 13, 14 max. It was like 8 to 10 feet J-Bay, howling offshore. I think it was like round 2 or round 3. There was Sean Thompson, Derek Hind, myself, and I think Wes Lane.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, being a little young Grom and surfing against Sean at that age at J-Bay, out of all places. Wow, man, that was an experience of a lifetime.
So what was it like to fill the fourth spot there, bro?
Yeah, no, I mean, where in the comp? Or?
No, in that heat. What was it like to come fourth?
I think I actually came third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I got knocked out. Yeah. But I tell you what, any position on that at that age. I mean, the ASP, there was only one tour. It wasn't a junior tour or a Challenger Series, or it didn't matter whether you were a 10-year-old Grom surfing against the world champion. You know, it was just one and one for all. Okay. Today it's a lot easier. The platforms that are in place, there's a lot of development. But back in the day, then it was super hard, you know. Coming up against ex-world champions at the age of 13 or 14 years old at 10-foot JP was pretty something.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Pat, you a moment ago you said you were a rocks boy, Umhlanga Rocks. While we speak in Umhlanga Rocks, I think it would be foolish of me not to ask you a little bit more about the personalities in the surfing world around Umhlanga Rocks when you were a young boy. I've heard of a bloke by the name of Paul van der Waal owning a surf shop, Aloha. Talk to me about the characters that made up the surf scene in Umhlanga. Drop the names. I want to hear about them. Talk to me, Brett.
Wow. Awesome question there. Yeah, Paul van der Waal, skinhead, an absolute legend. He's nurtured all of us. He's been there as a father figure. He's been there as a mentor, as a coach, as everything you can think of. He's seen it all, been there. He had a lower surf shop there. All the guys used to go and hang out there and cause a riot, and it was good old days. There's so much happening there with, the guys like Steve Anderson, just an awesome surfer, Rausch Honeyset, and Mags, Michael Mapson, Raf Seek, Eddie van Zyl, Greg Arsley, Bunty, the Bunno, Carl Rue, Vince King. There was Bobby, David Reno. There was just so many good surfers and things around. But we were a naughty bunch of Groms, you know, always finding ourselves in trouble somehow, but managing to get out of it somehow as well. We were very, we looked after one another, and, we surfed really hard and we played hard.
Okay.
And, the competition, even when you go free surfing, you got that caliber of surfers with you in your local sort of community there. You always want to push it harder or get a deeper barrel or hit the lip more vertical or go out and challenge yourselves when the surf is even bigger. David Peterson, he was a crazy guy. He would paddle out in 10, 15 plus surf in Umhlanga Rocks, so we'd all be out there trying to push each other to the max. So it was an awesome time, to be a Grom and, up and growing at Rocks in those days.
Sure. Hey, and Pat, while we're chatting about that, I was on social media the other day and I saw a Rocks boy by the name of Mike Frew. Charging backhand. Yes, like my brew. Hey, man. I always thought them Umhlanga Oaks and the Durban Oaks were a bit like soft, like, you know what I mean? Coming from the South Coast myself. But I've got to take that thinking back, that's just wrong thinking altogether, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mike's just been charging for quite a few years now. He's, Rocks boy, and he's charging some big waves, and he's social media is like right up there.
Yeah.
And also not to mention, Twiggy, Grant Baker, also, partial Rocks boy and mixed up with Durban. And the likes of Stephen Kuhn, probably one of the best tube riders you'll ever meet, Rocks boy through and through. So there's massive amounts of depth there. But Michael Frew is charging. He's not scared. He's quite a small, stocky chap, but tell you what, you put a 10 to 12 foot barrel in front of him and he'll pull in for sure.
No, yeah, sure. Now, you say he's a short guy. Who do you reckon shorter, him or Gary Mash?
Hey, let's get this one on. Let's get a debate going. Let's get these guys together and we'll see. We'll have a measure up with the two of them.
Yeah, I
probably think he's a bit taller than Mashi.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question. We'll have to come back on that one.
Yeah, we'll put that to the folks. They can leave a comment in the comment box down below, and we can start a chat there. But
awesome.
but we'll keep it clean. No disrespect. It's just a fun.
Yeah, obviously for sure.
Yeah. And then, and listen, we're talking characters. There's one last character that I have to bring up because I've met her. And that would be your mom, Mary. Tell me about Mary's influence in there. And I've heard you and your brother, Dave the Wave, speak about Mary being the surrogate mother. Just talk to us a little bit about that, Rat.
Yeah, I mean, Mary, she's been there, you know, she's looked after everyone. You know, opened up her house, you know, to the whole of Mhlonga. There's never a moment that she would ever tell no one it's not welcome. Christmas was always open. You know, it was a family home, and you know, she's been there, looked after people. She's nurtured people. You know, she's been there to pick up the pieces. You know, yeah. So you know, she's been in the community for many years, and also been a school teacher, nursery school teacher. So you know, she taught generations. Yeah. So many people would know of Mary Reno. Yeah, just an absolute lovely lady. You know, she's moved over to the UK now, so she's just down the road from us. So it's all good.
Sweet. Yeah, send her my regards. Next time you drop Mary down at Tesco's, just say Coatsman says how's it, man.
Sure. No, definitely, man. But it'll be cool to have you over here, and you can, you know, go and catch up with her. But yeah, I mean, like, she would cook food for the guys at Groms, and that would all get home like 2 in the morning, and you know, got the munchies, and you know, she would wake up and cook us up a storm, you know, things like that. So it takes a special person to do that. You know, normally you'd have most parents like screaming and shouting and like kicking everyone out, but like she'll say, hey, "Come on, sit down, you know, have something to drink and here's some food."
Yes, I'll tell you what, I got. Next time I see Mary, I wonder if Mary would have invited the crew that I grew up with. Goodness gracious me, there was some.
Anyone,
bro.
If you can handle the Rocks boys and girls, then I think she was kind of quite open-minded to practically anything.
yeah, bro. Anyway, Mary, I had to ask about Mary.
I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
No, lekker, man. Listen, let's move on a little bit here. My next question to you, and I'm sure a lot of the folks that are viewing this right now would be interested in the same question. Your competitive career, surfing competitively, and before I get into that, I just want to say this. When I thought about putting the series together, calling it Great Surfing Characters, it wasn't necessarily if an individual had a national title or a world title. That's cool. I mean, hey, kif, bro. But it's not the be-all and end-all. That's not why I've selected them or asked people if they wanted to come on and speak. So, so that's I'm just laying the foundation there. So it's not if you don't have a title, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you can't be a great surfing character. Anyway, your competitive surfing career. What was the biggest and most memorable win that you had? And just talk to us about your competitive career and your strongest rivalries. Who was really like stepping on your poop string to beat you? You know what I mean? Talk to us about that.
Cool, man. I surfed for Natal a bunch of times. So just even surfing the Natal trials was quite an accolade. You know, just trying to make it through into the Natal surfing team. I won Natal trials, I won Natal championships, I won South African schools surfing championships, I won Natal school surfing championships, I won an interprovincial championships, which was pretty much like an SA champs as well. Inter-club championships titles, I've won a couple of those. Yeah, so I mean, I've got quite a string of titles there. I mean, it was also a lot of the club scene was really big those days, North Swell and Wave Wizards and Snake Park, and also, I mean, down south you guys had some really good surfers and some good surf clubs, and
we had South Shore and localism.
We had at Battery Beach. It was there must have been like 10 surf clubs there, and pretty much all the country's top surfers. And Gordon Turnbull, I had him in like my quarters and semis, and And then I had him in the finals again, and I thought like I was winning the heat, and it was like a countdown. There was probably 10 seconds left, and I thought, I pipped him, And 5-4-3, he took off and had this wave, was doing his big roundhouse cutbacks and rebounds and bang, bang, bang all the way to the beach. And he pipped me. So I got him all the way through, but he beat me on the final, Gordon. So he was kind of a bit of a rivalry. And then you had Cole Rue, Vince King, Greg Arsley, Richard Eady and Scott. But even earlier, before those guys, like I'm slightly a little bit older than them. I would also surf in the open divisions, and I'll surf against guys like Barry van der Meulen and Bobby and Dean Krobler and Greg Swart and all those kind of guys. So I kind of went from one through to the other plateau. But it was good. I mean, there was always competitions every single weekend. There was a comp, always something going on. So it was really cool. It was really good to, a lot of competition surfing. And that's why it was so high. I don't know what it's like there now at the moment, but there's always something happening,
Yeah. And then Patrick, in your competing, you what you've just described now was all local. Did you compete internationally at all?
Yeah, I did. I surfed the international club stuff over in Oz. I did a couple of international comps in South Africa as well. Okay. But also I came over to Europe and did one or two here, and then I went over to the Canary Islands to surf the Matador Pro, and then that was cancelled. So yeah, I mean I've done a little bit of stuff, nothing too hectic. Okay. But yeah, I've surfed probably obviously a lot more in SA. Okay. It was really difficult at that age, to get onto like the world tour because of sponsorship. And
that was my next question, did you ever have that desire to compete on the world tour?
Yeah, and apartheid and things like that, like that stigma of all that kind of hung with us, and okay. It was pretty difficult to travel being a South African. But yeah, I mean, I got some sponsors. It took a bit of a while, even though I had, was probably the country's top junior and, and other things. But, because unless you surfed at Durban, where all the photographers were and, where all the main sponsors used to hang out, it was quite difficult to pick up a sponsorship. So I eventually got a really good sponsorship with Quicksilver. Okay. That was a good team, and I hung out with them for quite a while. And then from there, I went to Burn. I went to Burn Surfboards and Burn Clothing, okay. And Errol was my shaper, so that lasted a while. And then from there, I moved on to Bad Boys. John Mark Tosti picked me up with Bad Boys. Yeah, so I was surfing Bad Boys, Team Bad Boys, and I think I was also with Peter Daniels Surfboards then as well. So yeah, it took a bit of time, if you were a little bit more on the North Coast because the cameras weren't watching you all the time.
Yeah, sure. Okay, wow, that's a lot of history there, Rat. Wow, Patrick, I want to move now forward to England. Bantam Surfing Academy. How do I know about Bantam Surfing Academy? Is because I've worked for the Bantam Surfing Academy. Had some great days and seasons down there. Pat, tell the subscribers and the viewers. You don't have to get into much depth, but how did Bantam Surfing come about? And talk Bantam Surfing Academy for a couple of moments.
Yeah, cool. Well, we've been operating now for 14 years, Cole. So yeah, it was a couple of years ago when you were there with us. Yeah. We a centre of excellence with Surfing England. I train up my surf instructors, ISA surf instructors. So they do their course with me and they get straight into summer work. So it works pretty well. It's just like 14 years ago, I approached the private landowners and sent a proposal through to them, and they liked what I'd given them. They also knew me because I used to manage their lifeguard services as well. So I was a trustworthy kind of guy. They knew I'd run a tight, professional operation. And, I built up really good communication with the estate. So, yeah, we trialled it out and they liked how things were going. And it eventually became like an official surf school. And brother Dave, he got involved, and Dave was pretty much running the surf school down there, whilst I was doing, lifeboat stuff and lifeguarding stuff, and as well as surf school stuff. But yeah, so we're still open today. Bobby was also involved with it, doing some lessons and helping out, and Anna as well. So yeah, it's still operating. We hoping for a good summer. Bantam gets good waves, eh? It gets really super fun waves. We're not your typical surf school. Like, we're very much rural, like your countryside, and we don't have the big built-up infrastructure around us. So it's really special down there, It's awesome. So check us out, Bantam Surfing Academy. Have a look.
Okay, so Rad, while we're talking Bantam Surfing Academy, if anybody's listening here and you are UK-based, Rat, where are you based? What's your number? What's the email address if they want to go for a surf lesson or rent a board from you guys? Punt it. Go for it, bro.
Yeah, cool, man. It's www.banthamsurfingacademy.co.uk. You can email us at info@banthamsurfingacademy.co.uk. Just check out all our details on the website. So check us out, drop us a call, send us an email. We do high-performance surf coaching as well. I run ISA courses, stand-up paddleboard courses. We have a whole range of things that we offer. So if you're in the area, you want to get qualified, you want some information on beach safety or anything about the local conditions, hit us up for sure.
Oh, fantastic. Pat, I'm just looking at my time slot that I've got with you, and one more last question something I want to bring up with you. Okay, so we've looked at your early surfing, we've looked at your surfing, your influences, and blah blah blah. We've looked at your competitive career, fantastic. What I want to do now, and then we looked at Bantam Surfing Academy. Tell the audience about your international surf coaching. Which teams have you been involved with in recent times? Chat to us a little bit about that, and we'll end off with that, right?
Yeah, cool, man. Several years ago, I picked up the English Surfing Federation and ran with it. It was kind of needed a bit of a shake-up. So I stepped in and re-energized the Surfing Federation, and we took them to the European Junior Surf Champs in south of France, and we managed to get a 4th position there. And so things kind of kicked off from there. I was also, I worked for the ISA as an ISA course presenter. I'm a surf lifesaving GB lifeguard trainer, assessor, plus loads of other things. So it kind of just developed on from there. I started doing some consultancy work with the Maldives Surfing Association. I went over there and I ran some courses and some training stuff, and I managed to coach the open and junior team whilst I was there as well. Then I moved across. I was doing some work for the Indian national surf team, so I restructured the entire sort of surfing program within India.
Did you have one or two bunny chows when you were doing that, or what?
Hey, I had some hot curries, but no bunny chow there, my bro. Not even in Sri Lanka, there are no bunnies. So maybe another opportunity to do something.
So bunnies must be a Devon thing, yes. Eh?
Only in Devon, bro. We'll see. Watch this space. But so I've been with Team India. I took them over to the ISO World Surfing Games in El Salvador. And put them on the world stage, and after that we ran a WQS 3000.
Oh, right.
At my hub's point, so that was new. And last off, 3rd in the Asia Surf Games, which was in the Maldives. So that's kind of what I've done with the Surfing Federation, and now I'm concentrating on working with the Sri Lankan Surfing Federation.
Okay.
So I'm their national head coach.
Okay.
And I'm the ISA, the official course presenter, coach educator for Sri Lanka.
Fantastic.
So I do a lot of work out there, and I'm actually leaving on Saturday. I'm heading back out there for a few weeks to do some coaching and some future development work out there.
Cool.
So yeah, it's all busy. You know, my winter months are normally, you know, because the surf school, it's so seasonal.
Yeah.
That I have the summer here, and then I pretty much do from a November to March, April, kind of overseas doing my coaching and courses and things like that.
And Pat, you've got a surf camp or two in Sri Lanka, is that right?
Yeah, we have Oshaka surf camps. Dave's mainly picked up the reins on that.
Okay.
I've got Rise surf camps.
Okay.
Now, which is myself and a partner, and I'm looking at a new venture, Surf HQ Sri Lanka. So it's going to be an ISA training center, lifeguard training center, high performance coaching center. So hopefully that all happens and falls through. Well, it doesn't fall through, but it happens.
Yeah.
And watch the space. So exciting times. Hopefully I can seal the deal when I get back there next week.
Fantastic.
And we'll be up and running, probably the first proper training center in Sri Lanka for surf coaching.
Fantastic, man. Wow.
Yeah, all good. You have to come and visit us.
Well, I'd like to, Red. Hey, but it's busy with the three lattes. Hey, it's very busy. Hey, bro.
Oh.
Hey,
yeah,
shakes it. Okay, listen, Ratty. It's been fantastic to spend a couple of minutes with you, just running through some questions with you. Hey, man, I just want to say thank you very, very much for taking time out of your schedule. I know the surf school, you also have family, man. You got things going on, so thank you very, very much for stopping in with us today. And anybody listening here, that if you've got to the end of this interview, just want to say thank you very much for listening to great surfing character Patrick Reno, aka Ratty. Rat.
Shot, bro.
Listen,
people join up, sign up. There's a lot of good things coming to this channel, and some fantastic characters that Cole's got on the list. I've also given you a handful of names to do some searching, and hopefully we can get some of those people on there, Cole.
Yeah, I tell you, there's one character that I think we need. Well, there's a ton of them, but one character that I think we do need to get on here. I remember when I worked for Ant Brods at Surf Action all those years ago. He used to pick up the blower and he used to talk to old Paul van der Waal.
The skinhead, definitely, bro. He's 100% got to get him on board.
Yeah, and I remember him and Ant used to, the back and forth chinwag, about business and about this and that. And I don't think in fact, I think I met Paul once, years and years ago when I was a lighty. I used to ride kneeboards, right?
He rides the kneeboard.
Yeah.
He also rides the kneeboard, yeah.
And he was the big numzan there for Natal kneeboarding. He was one of the main actors there. And I remember, and his son Mo.
Mo and Ryan, they rip too. They shred. I think they both surf for Natal as well.
Yes.
Funny guys.
Yeah, where's Mo, bro? The last time I checked, Mo was he in California?
In the US. In California, I think.
Okay.
Ryan's still back in Rocks, charging, and I think Mo's in Cali.
Okay. Hey, that was a colourful character, Mo. Yes, he could make me laugh, but okay.
Yeah, they're all classic funny guys, bro. All the Rocks boys. Funny but naughty.
Hey, China. Okay, listen,
Pat.
Pat.
Paul will be a good one, bro. Yeah.
Well, send me his number afterwards. Maybe I could give the bloke a call and set something up,
100%, bro. I'll phone him for you even. No worries.
Nah, lekker. Patrick, thank you very much. We'll catch up soon. You take care.
Shot call. Lekker, my bro. All the best, eh?
Lekker, bro.
You too, bro.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.